Hey guys, I welcome you all to my channel. In today's video we're gonna be talk about 10 amazing facts about space that will blow your mind. Let's start with number 1. Hey folks, did you know that the largest volcano in the solar system isn't on Earth, but on Mars? That's right, Mars, the planet that's basically a giant dust bowl with a few rocks lying around. I mean, who would have thought that the planet that we send rovers to explore for signs of life would have the biggest volcano in the solar system? It's like finding out that your neighbor's backyard has the world's largest swimming pool, while your own pool is just a kiddie one from the dollar store. And let's talk about the size of this thing. It's called Olympus Mons and it's over 13 miles high. I mean, who needs a mountain that tall? It's not like there's any mountain climbers on Mars. Can you imagine someone trying to climb that thing? They'd need oxygen tanks, ropes, and probably a lifetime supply of granola bars. But hey, at least Mars can brag about having the biggest volcano in the solar system. I'm sure the other planets are really jealous. Sorry Earth, looks like we're not the biggest and baddest anymore. Hey there buddy, did you hear about the size of the sun? Apparently, it's so large that you could fit 1.3 million Earths inside it. Now, that's just mind-boggling, isn't it? I mean, just imagine, we're living on this tiny little planet and the sun's like, hold my beer, I'm gonna fit a million of these things in here. And you know what else? I bet if you tried to hug the sun, you'd need a bigger wingspan than Michael Jordan to get all the way around it. And forget about getting a tan, you'd be toast before you even got close. You'd probably burst into flames faster than a 4th of July firework. But hey, at least we don't have to worry about getting lost in space, right? I mean, as long as we can see the sun, we know we're headed in the right direction. And who knows, maybe one day we'll figure out a way to harness all that energy and power our cars with it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So there you have it, folks, the sun's so big it's basically the Chuck Norris of celestial bodies. It puts all other planets to shame, and it's not even trying. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I need to go lie down and contemplate my existence in the universe. So now with that, let's go to fact number 3. Did you know that the distance between the Earth and the Moon isn't constant? In fact, it varies over time due to a phenomenon called lunar libration. This is because the Moon's orbit around the Earth isn't a perfect circle, but rather an ellipse with the Earth at one of its foci. As a result, the Moon's distance from the Earth can range from around 225,623 miles at its closest point to 251,097 miles at its farthest point. This difference of about 25,000 miles may not seem like much, but it can have a significant effect on tides as well as the apparent size and brightness of the moon in the sky. That's like driving from New York to Los Angeles and back about 6 times. But I wouldn't recommend trying that in a spaceship. Back in 1957, the Soviet Union sent the first dog into space, and her name was Laika. Sounds like a pretty impressive feat, right? Well, not so fast. Unfortunately, Laika didn't make it back alive. I guess you could say her space career was a bit rough. I mean, what kind of space program sends a dog up there without a plan to bring her back? Talk about a serious oversight. I bet the scientists at the time were like, oh, let's just put her in a spacesuit and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we all know what happened. Poor Laika probably spent her last moments wondering why the heck she was wearing a helmet and not chasing squirrels in the park. But let's not dwell on the negative, fellas. Laika may not have made it back, but she'll always be remembered as a trailblazer, a pioneer, a good dog. And who knows, maybe one day we'll send up another dog and this time, we'll make sure he comes back with a cool space cape or something. Because let's face it, space exploration just isn't complete without a furry friend by our side. So there you have it, folks, Laika the space dog. A true legend, a real trailblazer, and the ultimate example of what happens when you don't plan your space missions properly. Rest in peace, Laika, and thanks for showing us that even dogs can reach for the stars. So now with that, let's go to fact number 5. Hey, fellas, did you know that there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth? I mean, that's like a freaking ton of stars. That's like if every time you went to the beach, you found a new star in your swimsuit. Can you imagine how uncomfortable that would be? But seriously, who's out there counting all these stars? I mean, there's like one guy with a telescope trying to tally them all up, and he's probably been at it for like 1,000 years. And what about all those stars that are too far away to even see? Do they still count? And who decided that sand was the best way to measure things anyway? What about all the dirt and rocks and stuff? And let's not forget about all those people out there wishing upon stars. I mean, what are they even wishing for? A new car? $1 million? A girlfriend who doesn't mind their weird obsession with Star Trek? Good luck with that one, buddy. But you know what, guys? Even though there are more stars than we could ever hope to count, and even though we'll probably never find aliens out there, there's still something pretty magical about looking up at the night sky and feeling small and insignificant. So go ahead, make a wish, and who knows, maybe one of those stars will actually grant it. And if not, well, at least you can tell people you tried. That's gotta count for something, right? There you have it, fellas, a comedic take on the vastness of the universe. Who knew that stars and sand could be so darn funny? So now with that, let's go to fact number 6. Did you guys hear about the International Space Station? It travels at a speed of about 17,500 miles per hour. That's faster than a cheetah on Red Bull. I mean, those astronauts are probably feeling more G-forces than Vin Diesel in a Fast and Furious movie. But you know what's even crazier? The fact that the space station orbits the Earth about once every 90 minutes. That means those astronauts are seeing more sunrises and sunsets than a farmer with insomnia. It's like they're on a perpetual roller coaster of day and night. I bet they don't even know what time it is anymore. They're probably setting their alarms for midnight just to catch some rays. And don't even get me started on space food. I mean, sure, it's probably freeze-dried and vacuum-sealed. But have you ever tried to eat a granola bar in zero gravity? That thing's gonna float away faster than a balloon at a kid's birthday party. And what about drinking water? Do they have to suck it out of a tube like some sort of intergalactic Capri Sun? I can't even imagine. But you know what, guys? Despite all the challenges, those astronauts are doing something pretty incredible. They're up there, living and working in space, doing experiments and exploring the cosmos. And that's something that should make us all proud. So let's raise a glass to those brave space travelers and hope they don't accidentally hit the snooze button and oversleep their next sunrise. So now with that, let's go to fact number 7. Did you hear about the Great Red Spot on Jupiter? It's basically like a never-ending case of cosmic indigestion. I mean, if I had a storm inside me for over 350 years, I'd be heading straight to the doctor's office. And why do they call it the Great Red Spot anyway? It sounds like something you'd need an ointment for. Maybe we should just send some Clearasil up there and see if that helps. But seriously, this storm is massive. It's larger than the size of Earth. I bet even Mother Nature is like, dang, Jupiter, you really overdid it this time. And can you imagine the poor aliens who live near Jupiter? They probably have to deal with that storm every day like it's just a normal Tuesday or something. No wonder they're always abducting people. They just need someone to commiserate with about the weather. But hey, at least the Great Red Spot gives us something to talk about. It's like the universe's version of a water cooler conversation. Hey, did you see the Great Red Spot today? It's really looking angry. All jokes aside, the Great Red Spot is pretty amazing. It's like a giant, never-ending party on Jupiter. Who knew a storm could be so much fun? With that, guys, let's go to fact number 8. Did you know that the temperature in space can vary from minus 454 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade to 212 degrees Fahrenheit in the sunlight? That's like going from Elsa's ice castle to the Sahara Desert in a matter of seconds. Talk about a wardrobe malfunction waiting to happen. I mean, can you imagine being an astronaut and having to deal with that kind of temperature swing? One minute you're shivering in your space suit, and the next you're sweating like a sinner in church. It's like playing a game of hot potato, but instead of a potato, it's your life. And you know what's even crazier? There's no air in space, which means there's no wind chill. So even though it's colder than your ex's heart out there, you don't feel it until you're in the shade. It's like the universe is playing a sick joke on us, saying haha, gotcha. But you know what, guys? Despite all the crazy temperature swings and lack of air, space is still pretty cool. Literally and figuratively. So let's give a round of applause to the brave men and women who venture out into the vacuum of space and hope that they remember to pack their sunscreen and parkas. Who knows, maybe one day we'll have a space colony called Frosty's Oasis or Sweaty Betty's Funhouse. The possibilities are endless. So now with that, let's go to fact number 9. Hey guys, did you know that Saturn's rings are made up of chunks of ice and rock? I mean, that's a lot of ice. It's like a cosmic ice skating rink out there. I can just picture aliens slipping and sliding around, trying to do triple axels and failing miserably. And you know what's even crazier? The chunks range in size from small pebbles to mountains. Can you imagine the size of the rocks out there? It's like driving on a road full of potholes, except the potholes are the size of your house. I bet you could have some pretty epic snowball fights out there though. Can you imagine hurling a chunk of ice the size of a mountain at your best space buddy? Now that's what I call extreme sports. But let's be real, guys. If we ever make it to Saturn, we're not going to be skating or having snowball fights. We'll probably just be freezing our butts off and wishing we brought more blankets. And let's not even get started on the lack of oxygen out there. But hey, at least we'll have some pretty cool views of those cosmic ice rings. And who knows, maybe we'll even discover some interstellar ice fishing spots. The possibilities are endless. So now with that, let's go to fact number 10. Guys, I have some breaking news. Neil Armstrong may have been the first man on the moon, but Buzz Aldrin was the first man to pee on it. That's right, folks, the moon is now Buzz's personal urinal. I guess you could say he was really taking the piss. I mean, can you imagine the pressure he must have felt? Here he is, millions of miles away from Earth, and he's got to go. But did he panic? Did he freeze up? No way. Buzz Aldrin is a true American hero. He unzipped his spacesuit and let her rip, claiming the moon as his own. And let's be real, Neil Armstrong's famous quote pales in comparison to Buzz's achievement. One small step for man, big deal. Buzz Aldrin peed on the moon. That's a giant leap for mankind. But let's not forget about the logistics here. I mean, where did the pee go? Did it freeze instantly into a yellow ice sculpture? Did it seep into the moon's surface and create a giant pee stain? We may never know. All we do know is that Buzz Aldrin is a legend. He didn't just step on the moon, he marked his territory. So the next time you look up at that glowing orb in the sky, just remember, somewhere up there, there's a little bit of Buzz Aldrin's essence. Thanks for sticking around, guys. If you laughed half as much as I did making this video, then my job here is done. And if you didn't laugh at all, well, I'll just pretend I didn't see your dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can keep spreading the laughter. Until next time, keep smiling and stay weird or else I'll throw you in space.